Hello, friends. As my canoe drifts gently along the Nile, I can't help but think about how this river has seen it all: glory, collapse, and rebirth. The mighty pyramids of the Old Kingdom may have stood tall, but the empire that built them crumbled into chaos. Famine, warlords, and infighting left Egypt divided, its once great pharaohs reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. But history has a way of turning things around. And so, after more than a century of instability, Egypt did something incredible. It rose again. This was the Middle Kingdom, c. 2050 to 1650 BCE, a time of renewal, stability, and expansion. The pharaohs of this era weren't just rebuilding, they were reshaping Egypt into something stronger and wiser than before. The man who set it all in motion was Mentuhotep II, the pharaoh of Thebes. By 2050 BCE, he did what no ruler before him could. He reunited Upper and Lower Egypt, ending the First Intermediate Period. With that, the Middle Kingdom was born. Now, unlike the pyramid-obsessed rulers of the Old Kingdom, the Middle Kingdom pharaohs had different priorities. They still built monuments, sure, but they focused more on governing efficiently, strengthening the economy, and expanding Egypt's borders. If the Old Kingdom's pharaohs were seen as gods on earth, the Middle Kingdom's rulers were more like wise shepherds, guiding their people through tough times. They weren't just distant, divine figures. They were problem solvers, warriors, and diplomats. One major change? They reorganized the government. Remember how the local governors, nomarchs, caused trouble at the end of the Old Kingdom? The Middle Kingdom pharaohs kept them in check, making sure power stayed in the hands of the central government. With stability restored, Egypt entered a period of artistic and literary flourishing. Some of Egypt's greatest works of literature, like the Tale of Sinuhe, were written during this time. Sculpture and painting also evolved, showing pharaohs not as perfect god-kings, but as wise, aging rulers with deep lines on their faces, a sign of experience and resilience. And then there was architecture. The pyramids of the Old Kingdom were grand, but many Middle Kingdom pharaohs opted for rock-cut tombs in cliffs instead. Why? Maybe because they learned the hard way that giant pyramids made excellent targets for tomb robbers. The Middle Kingdom wasn't just about rebuilding, it was about expanding. The pharaohs pushed south into Nubia, securing gold mines, trade routes, and valuable resources. Fortresses were built along the Nile, ensuring Egypt's control over the region. Trade flourished, connecting Egypt to lands as far as the Levant, Crete, and even Mesopotamia. But while the Middle Kingdom had many great rulers, one pharaoh stood above the rest. He was a warrior, a builder, and a king whose presence was so powerful that later Egyptians worshipped him as a god. His name? Senusret III. Join me next time as we explore the life and legacy of Senusret III, the pharaoh who took the Middle Kingdom to its greatest heights.